coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
And a lot of dudes were not a lot, but you had a fair amount of dudes who were revolutionary minded, who were a little more conscious, who started waking up, who started seeing the bigger picture. And I learned from these dudes. A lot of these dudes were militant. Some of them, they was from various backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? I had dudes I vibe with, white, black, Latino. Like I really didn't. I wasn't one of the dudes who just stuck to your own type of philosophy. Like they have a lot of prisons. New York people are separated, people are segregated, but it's not like the way you hear the stories in California and all that. But so I was a little more revolutionary minded, and part of that was learning how to when the police violate your rights, learning how to protect yourself by writing up. You start with grievance, you start with lawsuits, this, that, and the third. So these cops didn't like me. So now at the time, a lot of these dudes who were revolutionary minded, they was all growing dreads. What I do, being young, influenced, grew dreads. Police and Attica hated seeing me with dreadlocks. Hated that. That's off the rip. And I remember I had little dreadlocks in my head growing right short, and I was thinking about cutting it off because it was like a pain in the ass. And I'm going out to the yard one day, and police put me on the wall. Right, you got 40 people going out to the yard. Police might be like, "You step out the line, put your hands on the wall." Everyone else go out to the yard. Now it's you and six, seven, eight police by yourself. And this is when they get this. This is when they be pounding dudes out. And it had me on the wall. They kick my feet back, so you so spread out you can barely hold yourself on the wall. So that way, I'm unable to fight. I'm unable to throw a punch. I'm unable to throw a kick. I'm unable to do anything because you're so spread out on that wall, and you got them all right up on you. And like, take your hand off the wall. Take your hand off the wall. They said, "Yo, what you got dreadlocks in your hair for? You want to be an N-word? That's what it is." And I'm happy he told me that because of that, because I was about to cut him. But just to spite the police, to let them know, like, we might look the same, but I'm not with you. I said, now I'm definitely gonna let my shit grow long and strong. You know what I mean? And they end up pounding me out a little bit, punched me up my ribs, beat me up, got me on the ground, hand me up, threw me back in my cell. You know what I'm saying? That was one small issue. When I was in another joint though, in Auburn Correctional Facility, I remember I got into it with this younger cop, and this dude was a creep, man. This dude used to be violating prisoners on the regular, and I had a call out. I'm on the fourth floor, on the four floors up. He's on the first floor. He don't want to walk up those stairs to let me out for this religious call out. So I'm yelling down, "Yo, let me out, such gallery, four cell, blah 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 blah, religious call out." He's like, "Man, shut the F up. Shut that man." So me being stupid and being hot headed, I started speaking to him the way he's speaking to me. So later on, about an hour go by, my cell pop, bam, front gate open. Oh, and his cop was there. He's like, "Yeah, Morris, come out. Got a call out." When I come out, it's him and another cop. He was a bigger dude. He's like buck 90. He grabbed me by my shirt and he slammed me into the bars because it's all bars. Everything is bars around you. He slammed me into the bars and he hooks off of me. Bing, 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 bing. That's cool. Now, at this time, I knew how to box a little bit. Luckily, I had a couple good dudes who taught me how to use my hands. And I came up out of there swinging. And when I got my bearings, so now we end up squaring up. He had to back up off me. We ended up squaring up. I hit him one good time back. I hit him one good time on his chin. And when he kind of buckled a little and then came around to grab me, other police grabbed me by the neck. That was it. I was done. I'm finished. You know what I'm saying? I was always been a slim dude. I was like a buck 50. So I was finished. They got me to the ground. They start pounding me out. Bing, 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 bing. Other police come up. So now I'm fighting to not let them put me in the handcuffs. You don't want them handcuffs going on you until the big brass come. Because when the big brass come, they might stop beating you up. Because the big brass, like, listen, you can beat them up when I'm not here. You ain't gonna make me responsible. This dude died, whatever. But in them 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes until them brass get there, whoever get there, however long it take, they might kill you. So they pounding me out, pounding me out. They trying to get the cuffs on me. And I'm talking shit. I can't do nothing. I'm not getting nothing off, but I'm talking shit. They end up breaking my nose, fracturing my thumb, some other injuries. but they were trying to drag me into the slop into a pipe chase behind the cells. Like, bring the pipe chase, bring the pipe chase. I'm gonna put this nightstick right up his ass. And I'm fighting because now these dudes are going to rape me with a nightstick. This is what the police are trying to do to me. It was wild. It didn't go down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fought as much as I could. They ended up taking me to the box. The police said, he said that I came out of my cell and I just hooked off on him and he weaved it, hemmed me up, and handcuffed me and took me to the box. Come on, man. Come on, man. They
And
ended up giving me 2 years in the box for that.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
See,
broke it down to a year, so I did a year in the box for that.
that's crazy, man. Hey, man, I'm telling you, is I'm glad you giving these memories and visuals up for these people, man, because I understand exactly what you're saying. I know these type of incidents. I know this type of life, and these people don't understand, man. That this is, and I know when I say this, you're gonna understand, but they're not gonna understand. When you say stuff like you when you been in there as long as we have, that's like normal. We ain't like, oh man, they did that over there. But to these people, it's like something that what they, because they got it in their mind that these people work in these facilities are professional, that they on point, that they, so when they heard like a convict or inmate or something, lashing back out at the police or hitting the police up or killing the police, they like, why would he do that? Oh yeah, he crazy, he wilding out. You don't know the things that they be trying to do up in there to a joker, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they God. Because we like
Yeah.
the bottom of the barrel and they feel like, they can do whatever they want to do to us because of the simple fact of the position that they're in. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got all this stuff going on with you at home, your personal life, this, that, and the third, and then you can't really get off like you want to get off, and you come to work and you in control of all of these people. And you know what I'm saying? You can poop on them whenever you want to. You can let all your frustration out on them and you can justify it. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy, man. But
Yeah.
man, yeah. And then you go do a year in the box for that. You see what I'm saying? Same thing we see out here today when the police grab you and slam you all to the ground and do everything to you, and then you trying to keep you from breaking your arm or whatever. And then as soon as you get up, they get you cuffed up and you in the police car, and then you got assault on the officer charge. How? For not letting you break my arm?
I tell people like that George Floyd type of situations that happens in prison on a regular basis, but you're never gonna hear about it. They're gonna dress it up. They're gonna say, "Oh, this inmate attacked the officer, blah 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 blah." And here's what you got to realize: when you hear these, be skeptical. Anytime you hear a story saying that a prisoner attacked an officer, be very skeptical. Don't just take it on face value. Because you got to understand, if a prisoner attacks an officer, one, you get more time. Nobody don't want to stay in there more time. Two, they're gonna beat you and beat you. They might kill you. They've killed many prisoners with beatings, and ain't nothing like death to put the fear of God in someone. Or when you know, like these people will literally beat me to death, or they may just cripple you. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine I grew up with, and he was catching bullshit bids, 60 days, 90 days, a year, 2 years, like he was in and out of jail. Police beat him to death in a county jail in Long Island, and then the police took their watch and stuffed his watch down my man's throat, and said, "Oh, he stole the police watch, and when we came to get it, he swallowed the watch and choked to death by accident." That didn't happen because the examination, everything showed that he was choked from the outside. It wasn't internal. You know what I'm saying? And he was a kid that he wasn't doing serious crime. He was doing petty crimes. He was coming in for a little bit of time, this, that, and the third. And imagine that. You're gonna be home in a month, 2 months, 3 months, because he never had a lot of time, and you end up losing your life. You know what I'm saying? It becomes your life. It could be, that's why I try to tell these kids, you could be running around getting the beefs, you jump a kid get hurt too bad, you get locked up for assault, and you'd be like my homeboy Walter. You didn't know you were going to get it on with the police and they was going to take your life or cripple you. And maybe they don't kill you. Maybe you get crippled and you come out of prison with a lifelong injury. It's not a game, man. We don't foresee these consequences. It's not a game.
That's a fact. I tell people, man, I know dudes, man, unfortunately, they came to prison, man. They got killed on the first day. I know dudes, unfortunately, got killed on the day before they got out. I know dudes on the day they getting out, dude run up behind them and hit them 2 times. Take that with you. So it just it's everything in between, man. I know dudes that got just walking around right now out here on the street. They had 6, 5, 6, 4 life sentences. I know dudes who don't have one life sentence got 40 years, 30 years, and still been locked up, going 50 plus. So
Yeah,
it's just no guarantees in prison, man. It's just like I tell everybody, man, once you go in, there's nobody on this planet can tell you that you're coming out, regardless of your sentence. Nobody can tell you if you're gonna come out or not. You know, that's crazy, man. So progressing to your bit, man. If you did you ever feel like you got into a spot during your 27 years where, because we never can figure out prison. It
right.
changes every day, and then you got to get moved. Or another institution got other different rules, all this. But did you ever get into a spot where you feel like in your brain, like, okay, I know the type of life I'm living, and you felt like you knew how to navigate it. You knew what I'm saying, what was going on around
Yeah, yeah, I did, and it took some close calls. You know what I mean? Like it took some close calls, man. And it was a close call, man. It was a dude I didn't like. I just didn't like the dude. He was a bully. He used to be extorting dudes. Dude was a gangster. You know what I mean? Bigger dude. I didn't like the dude. My mistake, not liking him. I think mentally, I think I drew the problem to me. So I guess he was supposed to be running one of the phones. He was of he was Jamaican, and Jamaicans had one of the phones. He had a Jamaican crew, certain gang, whatever. And in the morning times, no one was running the phones. Anybody use any phone. At night times, the phones are segregated. You know what I'm saying? But in the morning time, use any phone. So I jumped on a phone. So this dude waiting to use the phone. I don't realize he's using the phone. So it's half an hour calls, and I'm talking to my best friend who's a big brother to me. You know what I'm saying? I call him my brother, and I speak to him in like 7 years. So I called him for half an hour, and when I was done, I called him right back. Now that's a little bit hard on the phone when dudes are waiting. But being it was a dude I didn't like, I was like, man, fuck this dude. I let my ego get involved, which is stupid. And the dude was like, yo, you gonna double click? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, bro, I'll talk to you when I get off the phone. He was like, all right. So I stay on the phone. When I get off the phone, I spin the yard. He's with a bunch of dudes. So I start walking towards them. Him and another dude step out, and we get into it like, yo, you ain't see he was waiting for the phone, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And they like basing up, they like styling on me. I was saying to myself, oh, they think I'm soft. So at some point in the conversation, the dude squared up, like how you about to square up, but he just squared up his feet and he reached his hand in his pocket. He's like, what's up? Right there, when you reach your hand in your pocket and you said, what's up? I knew you was fronting. You're not gonna use it. If you're gonna use it, you're just gonna pull that thing out. You're gonna get to work. So once I seen that, I played right into it. I said, you know what? Ain't nothing up. You got this. You good. I'm good. We ain't never gonna have a problem over that phone again. You ain't gotta worry about that. Next morning, I came out with the Bethlehem, and I went in on dude. Boom, 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 6, 7 times. I went in on him, and I go to the box, and the police I know because I did box time there before. I did a year in that box in the Attica box and came back out the population. So the police who I was familiar with in the box came up. He was like, "Yo, you better hope this dude don't die. You hit him here, there, this, that, bam, 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 bam." And I remember being so scared that if this dude dies, I'm gonna get another 15, 20 years on top of this 25 life I already got. Yeah, I could kiss life goodbye. I won't see the streets. I'm 65, 70, 75 years old. My life is over. And I was so scared. I'm like, please don't die. God, please don't let this dude die. Don't let him die. To make a long story short, he didn't die. But that was an incident where from there I said to myself, no more. I can't let my ego dictate what happens. Your ego is not your amigo. Best thing anyone ever told me. I never knew a man whose ego got him out of trouble. That was an example of where, even though this dude violated me, and I can make it look like, yeah, I did the honorable thing, this, that, and the third, because it wasn't in that small-minded view. In the bigger picture, this started because of my ego. In the bigger picture, we ain't here killing each other with phones because they put a few phones out there for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and they know that's going to cause division. They know that's going to cause beef. And I let myself get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? And that was an incident that after that, I said, nah, man, I ain't doing this no more. I ain't doing this no more. I'm gonna be the bigger man.
Yeah, that's real right there, man. Uh I know that feeling right there, man. And I got a video on my page, man, where I had this issue with this big dude named Big Raymond, man. And same thing, man. I had to, you know what I'm saying, I had to put some work in almost the exact same scenario, man. But it was the warden that was telling me and the officers, man, the man gonna die, man, and it's gonna be it for you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm already sitting in there on 2 L notes, and I'm in there for a body. So I'm like, oh, I'm cooked. I ain't, any chance in my mind that I had that you gotta put it in the back of your mind. Even with the time I had, I get in the back of my mind, they gotta let me out one day. I'm gonna get out. And then something like that happened, and they telling you he died. And I literally was in the same position you were. I found myself in the cell, like praying, like, please don't die, please don't die. You praying for somebody's life that was probably ain't care nothing about your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's the irony in the whole situation, because his life is your life now. You know what I'm saying? If he died, then I'm cooked. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be it for me forever. So it's
Or
just weird, man. It's weird the things that we got to go through when we up in there, man. But man, your story, man, I'm telling you, man, it's fascinating to me now, and I know it's just a lot because we just nutshelling everything, man. Um, so when it came to let's move ahead to like because I'm quite sure, man, there's a lot more situations, man. We're gonna have to revisit this for sure. But like when it came time for you to get out, did you parole or did you know what I'm saying, you had to make paper?
I got paroled. I got paroled, man. First time I went before the parole board, they didn't parole me. Let me just say that in my first, I think, I don't know, like in my first 17 years, I got 20 tier 3 misbehavior reports. A tier 3 is like the equivalent of a felony. And I think I got like 18 tier 2, which is like the equivalent of a misdemeanor, like my first like 16, 17 years locked up. But the last, like, I think 9 years, I ain't get one. Nothing. I changed my life. I got involved with a program called the Youth Assistance Program, where I was working with youth and stuff like that. And it favored good for me when I went to the pro board. So when you go to the pro board, the most they can hit you with is 2 years. They only hit me with a year. They said, come back and see us in another year. Anytime they hit at that time, anytime they was hitting you with less than 2 years, that means you're gonna make your next parole board if you don't screw up. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing beautiful. And then to make a long story short, that year came around. I went to the board. They gave me a shot. They let me go. And I was on life parole in New York State. And after 4 years, I got a merit of honorable discharge or something like that. I was doing good out there. I've been working as a personal trainer. And I was also a coach with the Second Youth Foundation, which was helping formerly incarcerated men and women become personal trainers and get jobs in the industry. I was a coach for that organization as well, and I was released from parole. And once I was released from parole, I said, been in New York my whole life. I never liked this cold weather, and took it on the hop to Florida. Been down here about a year, and just 6 years ago, my first son was born, my baby Evander, and I'm happy, man.
And that's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful. So you've been out six years.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's a beautiful thing. You got your first son.
yeah.
Congratulations, champ. Congratulations, man. Man, that's crazy though, man. But it's but your story, whether you know it or not, I'm sure you do though. But it's a triumphant story. You know what I'm saying? It's a success story, man. After going through so much, life is really just beginning. You're in your 40s, and you know what I'm saying. You went to prison as a teenager.
About to
You
turn
know,
50.
about to turn 50, you dig? And you went to prison as a teenager, man. So it's like we gave all of our youth and younger years to the penitentiary, man. And that's the main message, not to try to get these young people out here, let them know, man, that can happen to you, brother. And we don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know what tomorrow gonna bring. Nobody know how much life they got left. You can't just be giving away life. Can't just do that, man. You know, and just give it to these people, man. Spend years and decades in cages and stuff, man. You know, to get out here, man, in our older state of age, man, to try to, you know, do something, and then to try to do something positive, man. The personal training thing for you, that's so you had got into the fitness before you left, and then you knew that this was the avenue you was gonna take when you got out, or it just came about.
No, that was my plan A, B, and C. You know, because
Right.
I my foundation in fitness. You know, first I started learning from these dudes how to lift weights and all that, but I didn't see the point in getting big and slow. I started gravitating towards the dudes who were more militant because I noticed they workouts was for conditioning. You had some people who worked out for show, so their chest could be big and their arms could look nice. And then you seen dudes who were working out for conditioning. They were working out for battle. They was working out for that action. You know what I'm saying? And so I started working out like that, and so I gravitated towards the boxers. Best thing I learned in prison was how to box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out, man, and big rest in peace. I had two main trainers in prison. Ali Sham, he made it out after 25 years. He passed away, and Shah Kim, who died after serving 46 years in prison. You know, so what they taught me is stayed with me the rest of my life.
Yeah, yeah. Boxing. I tell people it's bigger than boxing, man. It's a life tool. You know, you learn how to defend yourself. You learn discipline. You learn a lot of things with boxing. It's more than meets the eye, man. I think, God, that I had that skill set when I went to prison. I truly believe without that skill set, my story would have been different as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely beneficial, man. But man, hey, man, I just want to tell you, man, it's a blessing to even, you know, meet you and chop it up with you. I'm quite sure we're gonna chop it up a lot more. I think your story is amazing, man. You know, I wish you well. I'm gonna hope these people receive this story for what it is, man. I think it's a heck of a story. You know what I'm saying? Your life in general, man, and from where you started to where you at right now. So, man, I just want to tell you, salute to you. Definitely appreciate you, man. Hey, listen, man, tell the people where they can find you at, man, in case they want to get in shape for the new year.
Instagram. Find me on Instagram, Coach Tommy underscore fitness. Coach Tommy underscore fitness on Instagram. You can find me there. You can see what I do. DM me, you know what I'm saying? And we line up a free consultation.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
you do online training, so they ain't even got to be there, right?
you could do it from your living room. I specialize in body weight and lightweight. Basically, as long as you got a floor, I can train you. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man,
And I'm good at what I do.
that's what's up, man. Hey man, salute to you, King. Salute to
Thank
your
you.
new young prince. And I wish you well, man. We'll talk soon. TBP Nation, man. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my man on Instagram, man, Fitness Tommy. And y'all check out this story and share this video for a lot of people who need to hear this. I promise you a lot of people need to hear it. Man, y'all be safe out there. Be smart. Make good decisions, man. TBP Nation, stand up, man. Supporting is important. We out here, man. Let's go. Let's get it. Salute.
The banking special.
Yeah,
Pure deliciousness.
pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.